Yo, what's going on? I just want to get on here real quick and do a in-depth video on exactly how Keza AI works. And today we're just going to be going over, how you can incorporate and utilize Keza AI, which is super duper cool because it doesn't matter if you're a novice, if you're a complete beginner and you've never touched the charts, it'll completely revolutionize and fast track your profitability. Or if you've been trading for years, because the really cool thing about intelligence or AI learning is that it's adaptable and it adapts to your personalized personality, right? So it doesn't matter if you're new on this endeavor, if you've been on this endeavor for years and you're already profitable, it'll just help clear cognitive dissonance, and it'll also help just build consistency, filtering out those low probability setups. And imagine just having somebody like a financial analyst, right, in your backhand pocket that's discretionary wise incorporating ICT concepts to confirm your trade, right? It's a complete game changer. And yeah, let's get right into it. So basically I have some slides, and then I'm also going to be going over just live execution on actually utilizing it and showing you guys the super duper cool things about it. But yeah, so Keza AI, it's basically just real-time trading intelligence. What is Keza AI? Keza AI, it's an AI assistant, right? So it's inside my private Discord server. Essentially, it's built to help traders understand ICT concepts and market context in real time. So it not only does it answer questions, but it also breaks down price and helps frame bias as markets are unfolding. And this is all concurrent, right? This isn't on past price action. Now, it does have paper testing and back testing enabled as well. And you could also journal within it. It's so cool. I'll show you guys the in-depth and how to use it inside the Discord and everything. But Keza AI can also signal out trade ideas, right? And I'll also go through all the win rate and the average return on investment thoroughly just on the signals. It is profitable on its own, yes, right? So it does not trade for you though, or replace decision making. So it exists to provide clarity, structure, and context while you learn and execute. So this is exactly how Keza AI operates, right? So it observes price. So it monitors price behavior as it unfolds in real time, evaluate. So it analyzes participation and positioning data, so the commitment of traders given to us by the CFTC. And this is exactly how we get sort of an X-ray vision to what smart money is doing, if they're accumulating positions or if they're getting ready to distribute. Frame, so establishes directional bias based on context, right? So it uses discretion. This is the only difference between algos and quants is that that's so mechanical. It's like an if then type of thinking. This is more of an actual discretionary based approach, right? So also alignment, so supports execution decisions within that bias. The trader remains fully in control at all times, right? Before markets were digital, right? How would somebody, before the stock market became digitalized, right, on modern platforms, traders did not act alone, right? They called brokers who understood the market and provided perspective. So generally you'd call somebody, you'd say, hey, I want to go long, whether it be on the S&P, the QQQs, and then he would tell you what are other people that are trading with that broker, what are they doing? He'd give you he's a financial analyst, right? So he'd tell you if that's a good decision, if it's not, what the risk is, what the reward is. And basically you're not trading in isolation, you have context. And I feel like we really drifted away from that whenever the stock market was digitalized. It's so easy to just open up a brokerage account and you're just trading by yourself. You kind of have no leeway. You do have ways to, have somebody maneuver, and people will give you somewhat sort of clarity or context, but they want you to trade inside of their framework, right? There's no ICT concepts or something that's tailored specifically towards you. And that's what's truly different and remarkable about Keza AI. It's built for you, right? It doesn't matter if you're a novice or you've been trading for years again. So Keza AI brings that same contextual process into modern digital markets built for today's environments, right? So basically, back in the day, you'd call a broker, you'd get context, and then you'd make a decision. And it's basically almost that, except it's tailored to your approach. It has my strategy incorporated in it, and it's ICT foundation, right? So what Keza AI is, and most importantly, what it is not. It is not a trading bot. So no automated executions, right? It's not a promise, no profit are guaranteed. All of the signaled trades give you a confidence boost from 50 to 80%. It is profitable on its own. However, I do recommend it to use in conjunction to your discretionary based analysis. That's how you filter out low probability conditions and get into those high probability A+ setups. So this is not a replacement. You still remain in control. Keza AI gives insight, not commands. Why Keza AI exists? So the problem, because I've been trading again since 2020, it'll be 6 years whenever this year ends. Most trading mistakes come from acting without real-time context. Traders overreact, hesitate, or force trades whenever they're unsure, right? And most importantly, overtrading during low resistance conditions, and overtrading as a whole, because whenever you're taking those low probability setups, you're taking unnecessary losses, and this is a way to gauge or filter that out. So what is the solution? Keza AI reduces uncertainty by giving you real-time context. It helps slow you down, right? Assess conditions and act with intention. Is this a high probability condition market? Are you range bound? Bearish/bullish bias. Like if you have cognitive dissonance, and essentially what cognitive dissonance is that if you're a complete beginner and you have no idea what I'm saying, it's basically whenever you feel stuck, you get stuck, right? You have enough confluences to like objectively or subjectively, because it's discretionary based, you're like, hey, I can go short because I have X amount of confluences, but I can also, you know, go long. So you get stuck in that sort of loop. You don't know if you should go long, if you should go short, and then you hesitate. Keza AI will completely just revolutionize that way of thinking because it gives you a clear cutthroat bias, right? So real-time use cases, so interpretation, so it reads live price action and market behavior. So frame, it establishes directional bias in market context. Filter, it filters out low quality setups and impulsive trades. So emphasis on understanding context before acting, and this is not meant to chase signals, right? Who Keza AI is built for? Context-driven traders, those who actually want to learn the skill of trading while getting paid and actually executing, whether that be paper trading or actually, you know, prop firm trading or on your actual personal account. Again, Keza AI, it works on every single asset, whether that be Forex, futures, or just normal stocks, right? So structure seekers, those who want structure without automation. Signal skeptics, those who want insight without noise. And then accountable operations, those who remain responsible for execution, right? So Keza AI versus algos and quants. Super duper important slide right here. So algos and quants trading, they are a rule-based system with predefined parameters, right? So automatic execution without human input. Trades without discretionary judgment, acts immediately when conditions are met, optimized for statistics, not judgment. So whenever X happens, do Y. So this is how Keza AI is completely different and revolutionizes that entire trajectory of that way of trading. AI assists, the AI assistant integrated inside Discord, and every single trader has Discord open. It interprets live market context dynamically. It answers questions in real time. With its own database, it frames bias scenarios and key decision levels. Traders make every final decision. Again, here's what's happening and you decide. So if it's in conjunction to your discretionary analysis, it's built as an assistant, it's built as a tool to help you and just immensely just revolutionize your trading, right? So algos act and then Keza AI explains. Interpretation first, decision second. So Keza AI, it's a system designed to help traders think clearly in fast markets. It modernizes a process that has always existed, providing real-time context so decisions are made with intention, not reaction. So those are all the slides that I have. That's sort of some, you know, background information on Keza AI and why I made it. But yeah, let's show you guys exactly how to utilize it. Let me go ahead and open up my Discord. All right, so now we're inside of the Discord. You just go ahead and use the slash command, and then you can click on Keza AI. So slash access, that's how you get VIP access, which gives you access to Keza AI. You can set up automated alerts. So let's say, for instance, you look for fair value gaps, market structure shifts, ICT's 2022 model, or market maker, whatever it may be, right? You could go ahead and set it to alert you. It can analyze every single asset. It also, if you want to ask it any question, you can back test whatever strategy that you want to, and then slash GOT, so commercials, what smart money is doing, just x-ray vision into the commitment of traders, which again, it's given to us by the CFTC, and it's one of the backbone foundations that was popularized by Larry Williams. Now, if you guys don't know who Larry Williams is, that's the absolute G when it comes to trading. It's the mentor of ICT, and he's the one that popularized the commercials and just tracking, you know, smart money. What are institutions doing? They hedge, right? They hedge their positions, and then it automatically calculates, because I've also developed my own, unique formula, and it's like a look back period, similar to your for your actual price action. It does the same thing for smart money. But let's go ahead and let's actually use the quick, right? So a super duper cool one is slash VIP ask, and let's say you could have it something as basic as, what is a fair value gap, or how can I use a fair value gap, and let's say filter out the low probability ones in terms of dealing range, right? So this is like it's not like a too complex question, but it's not too simple as well, because you could just ask it something like, what's a fair value gap? And it'll tell you exactly what it is, but just go ahead and wait for it. Ignore all the previous messages from the chat. And also, happy holidays to everybody. Today is currently Christmas, December 25th. Everything is super duper festive. So yeah, happy holidays. Make sure to live it up. Best time of year, in my opinion, is whenever everything's super duper festive. But get ready, 2026. It's here, right? So
just lock in, and yeah, let's go ahead and let's wait for the response. Some ASMR as I'm waiting.
But it's actually thinking, right? It's discretionary based. It has its own database. Specifically for ICT, and as you can see, use fair value gaps. This is the response that it came out with, but it's just saying use fair value gaps only when they're framed by a clear dealing range and a known draw on liquidity. The filter is the range and the draw. The fair value gap is just the execution window. Tells you all the framework, mark, consequent encroachment, CE, bias via market maker, either buy/sell model, time and origin. It's telling you, kill zones, displacement. Again, it has an entire database based on ICT concepts, right? But yeah, let's see something else that's pretty cool. You can see the sentiment of every single asset. It has this it has its own default, which I set up to like QQQ, SPY, and I believe NQ and ES. However, you can use it again on any and every asset. You guys can read this entire response. It's super duper like high quality responses, right? Because it's tailored to ICT concepts. So overall market sentiment, and you could completely change what type of concepts that you want. The default is ICT concepts because that's the database that it has. However, you could change the personality or the /mentor. So you could go ahead and you could completely change it. And let's say you want to learn a different approach. Let's say you wanted to learn CRT, candle range theory. Let's say you wanted to learn quarterly theory by day. You could completely change the responses that it'll give you to just revolutionize your trading, right? So whatever you want to learn and incorporate in your everyday trading setup, it's there and it's applicable, right? But yeah, you could see news, you could get a guide, you could journal. So say for instance, today is currently December 25th. The markets are closed. And what's super duper cool about this is that it saves all of your journaled entries. So let's say for instance, you took a trade, you had all of your confluences, we swapped out opposing liquidity, and you entered on a fair value gap, OT entry, whatever it may be, because all the models that the students trade in the framework is provided, especially Kes's wick theory, how you top and bottom tick. You could just journal, and it's more just more intuitive, right? So all the students, they could sort of just utilize this together. So let's say for instance, we're all trading the same concepts, like all the students, right? Me included. So I'll just journal, I'll be like, hey, looking for longs, looking for shorts, this is my bias. And also in the WAP, I send out my concurrent key levels, my monthly levels, my weekly levels, and my intraday levels. But yeah, so let's say I wanted to show 5 of my last journal entries. You could see all my previous entries, right? So all models are present today, looking for shorts, previous day's highs, SMT entries, look, new day opening gap plus opening range gap. Those are all my previous journal entries, right? And yeah, so something else that's super duper cool is you could backtest every single, strategy. Let's say you want to do ICT's model 2022. Let's say you want to do quarterly theory. Let's say you wanted to do CRT. You just have to be super duper specific, and it takes forever for a response. So I'm not going to be diving deep into that. You can get today's challenge, right, which is super duper cool. So today's challenge is market structure analysis. Analyze the current market structure and predict the next move. The challenge I gave before was liquidity based, so it just changes every single time you ask it, or every single day, right? And then /COT. So let's say I wanted to get the COT data, which again, it's my personalized formula, which has a personalized look back period, and it'll tell you what smart money is doing. This is X-ray vision, and if you trade in conjunction to it with your premium and discount, whatever it may be. Again, whether you're a complete beginner and you're struggling to learn, like the WAP has elementary based or the complete framework, simplified ICT concepts. The videos in the WAP that I've produced, me and my partner have produced, are super duper just intuitive, right? They're great. And yeah, so we'll just wait for the COT data. See, it's plugging in all the numbers and the calculations on the back end. And another super duper cool, we'll wait for that to respond as it's thinking and it's doing its thing. But another super duper cool You get today's lesson, so we could see institutions are net short, and that is for today. You could get today's, every single day it comes up with a unique lesson. So today it's order block. So order blocks are the areas where institutions placed large orders. It becomes support/resistance zones. Trade the retest of the order block, not the initial break. Cool. And again, you could tailor it to whatever concepts you want. ICT concepts are just the default because that's what I personally trade. And you could do, there's so much, honestly, there's so much. You could notify it again for your personalized model, whatever that may be, and all the models are provided. We go more in depth on the 90-minute demolition opening range model, the Charter-Scott model, and the Keswick theory, my personal theory, and how you top and bottom tick, right? But yeah, what else is super duper cool? Let's show you guys how you actually can signal out trades. Again, you could also change the personality of it, /news. So whatever the market, like your Forex Factory, it shows you all your news. And then you could also learn. So let's say, for instance, you want to learn about order blocks, ICT, order blocks, or literally anything. But I want to show you guys another one that's super duper cool, which is actually /model. And then this is actually my personalized, like this is my favorite model that it'll signal out. And then symbol, let's say you want to do NQ. It works on every asset, right? So you want to do 1 minute, but you have all these time frames. And then it'll think discretionary wise, it'll look at the market. It's not going to give, well, it'll give like a reading, of course, because today is currently Christmas, so the stock market is closed. It'll probably give something like today's range bound. Yep, today's range bound 50%. It always gives you a response 50 to 80%, and it'll give you a clear cut through a bias, whether it be bearish or bullish. And again, how do you differentiate if you're a novice or even if you're an expert, whether you're in high resistance liquidity like runs, which is just lower probability setups, or lower resistance liquidity runs, which is higher probability setups, right? This helps you do exactly that. So you can see if you're either range bound, which we're range bound because what we're currently closed, right? It's a holiday, but it'll give you an entry zone, it'll give you a target, and also give you a stop loss. Again, it's 50%, ranges up to 80, and then whenever it has an 80% reading, it'll give you a clear cut throat, you know, literally verbatim, like bearish or bullish reading, which is super duper nice. And it tells you exactly when to get in and when to get out, if that's in conjunction to your discretionary analysis, whether like whatever way that you trade, whether it be premium and discount, like whatever is susceptible to your success as a trader. And this is built to revolutionize your confidence and just psychology as well. So if you have an analyst, right, that's profitable on its own, helping you like gauge out, like this is something that I use. Are we range bound, or are we like, do we have a clear narrative or clear bias, right? And whenever it's in conjunction, it lines up super duper clean. That's the only time that I'll ever execute. And then it just immensely changed my trading, and it just makes everything super duper high probability. I have a bunch of YouTube videos out, like I've been like posting every single day, like my exact trades, live executions, and I've been incorporating Keza AI every single time, right? So let me show you guys the statistics, 2025 statistics on the callouts on it itself. So 2025, so plus 65.91% over 9 months, on average 7.32% a month, right? Which it is profitable on its own with the strategy that I've incorporated, and it's super duper good RRs, but essentially,
you just have to download NinjaTrader, and you get to see SSD files, and then you download a bunch of prehistorical open, high, low, close candles, and that's how charts, or that's how you actually draw out the charts. And it's more really easy now, basically trading view, so it's just all visually done, but it's all numbers when it comes to those charts that you see, like that you see visually on trading view. And you have to download those files on your back end on NinjaTrader, and then you just feed that to the team that actually works in Keza AI, and then they went ahead and they back tested it with Keza AI on the strat. And yeah, so
I've been forward testing it for a couple months now, and it's like it's on par, like you can't beat it. But yeah, that's everything about Keza AI. It's super duper cool. Again, like it'll honestly revolutionize your trading. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you want to get access to it, again, kezatrades.com. Everything's on the website, and it's all good to go, right? So I hope you guys learned something from this video. And honestly, again, like everything's super duper festive, so just make sure to live it up. Get ready to lock in, right, for 2026, because it's here, right? And any questions on Keza AI or literally anything, feel free to leave a comment. The Discord, it's free to join, right? There's a free section on it. But if you guys want to upgrade to VIP access, it does cost me money with the entire team that's working on it and ready to be used. But I always think, for longevity wise, how can we revolutionize this? How can we turn this Keza AI and just make it so much better? And it's already like 90% perfect, right? But I'm always thinking longevity wise, how can we revolutionize trading as a whole? So yes, we have an entire team at the backbone, and yeah, that's basically Keza AI. Catch you guys in the next one, and peace. Happy holidays.
you.